Another day, another score watching episode. We're at day 40, episode 40, baby. It's crazy to think about. It's already been 40 game days in the NBA as of right now, 41 if we count the opening day, right? And we had just 3 games. Pretty chill slate, 2 really good games, one real blowout. As we start with that blowout in Detroit, as the Knicks get a good win against the Pistons, blow them out to water, and are now 10 and 11. Into analyzing these games, talking about these games, letting you know the stats, the box scores. If you enjoy this content, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment what you enjoy, what you didn't enjoy, your thoughts about these games. If you know what you're feeling like, baby, let me know. Let me know. I'm here and I want to hear your thoughts. All right, let's head into it. With the Knicks, we've already talked about them a lot. I made a video about how they're one of the most average teams or middle of the pack teams I've ever seen. How Tim Thibodeau probably should be fired, and if it were up to me, he would be fired. And here we are, 21 games in, they are now 10 and 11. Get a good win on the road against the Detroit Pistons, who have been better lately, but they're still the Detroit Pistons. Julius Randle had his best game of the season on his birthday. Happy birthday to him, belatedly. 36, 7 and 5. Sensational game from him. When it's fallen, it's much more prettier than when it's not, right? His game is still one of the ugliest games to watch, but when it's falling and he's hitting some weird crazy shots, it's fun. It's real fun. RG Barrett at 16, 4 and 3. Still didn't shoot particularly well, but it was solid. Jalen Brunson played just 18 minutes, 16 points, 5 assists. Quentin Grimes, 6 of 7, 16.6 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson, 6 points, 13 boards. Emmanuel Quickly, 15 and 4. Obi Toppin, 8 and 2. Cam Reddish had 6. Solid win for the Knicks all around. And Jalen Brunson played really well and didn't even play that much, as he played just those 18 minutes. And, the Knicks signed a legitimately really good player in the free agency. So, with how much negative I've been about the Knicks overall, I want to give them props also, because Jalen Brunson is legit. He's really good, and it's just nice to see them sign a good player for once, right? For the Pistons, still no Jaden Ivey. Kate's timetable is still, we don't know if he's gonna go to surgery route or if he's just gonna sit out for God knows how long. Killian Hayes, 11 and 6. He's at least showing signs of life, which you love to see. You need to see from these games. Jalen Duren, once again 12 and 5. He continues to be one of the brighter spots of this Pistons team. Then you have Sadiq Bey, like I said, still in the trade rumors, and 11 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. I don't know what to think of him. It's rough. It's rough. We'll see if he gets traded. Maybe it would really help both sides. Maybe it would help both sides, yeah. Next up, we have the marquee Then we head to Dallas, as we had the marquee matchup of tonight with the Western Conference Finals, repete, as the Mavs get a much needed win, as they were desperate for a win after a really rough stretch against my Warriors. And even though we lost, as a Warriors fan, it's one of those losses that I can take, since it took the best game out of Luka and, some really tough shooting from the Mavs, which they have not done throughout this year so far. So I'm, much more satisfied, and you saw some things you want to see, as the Warriors, this time it was on the starters. The starters didn't play well. Steph, even though he had 32, 5 and 5, didn't play particularly well. Didn't shoot the ball well enough, traveled a few times too many, especially on that last possession when he had a wide open layup and he could have just gone past Maxi Kleber, but he wanted the hero ball, which happened second time this season. Last time it was in Charlotte, when it makes much more sense since his hometown, you get caught up in it, but hey, it happened once again. He took accountability, all I need to see from him. Clay took 9 shots, 5 points, missed the game-tying shot, which was sad to see because it was a really good look. Fumbled the ball with 41 seconds to go, and when he could have had another wide open shot that would put them up, if I'm not wrong. And Yeah, the game started off really roughly. The first quarter was horrible. They got down a lot, and the bench unit came in. Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond was, leading the bench unit. Then you have Anthony Lamb, who's been playing solid. Dante DiVincenzo, who's been playing great. Poole, even though he needs to shoot the ball more, he needs to shoot better. At least play make really well with his 9 and 9 today. But the underlining storyline is the bench looks really good. Jonathan Kuminga played 25 minutes. He played some really good defense on Luka Doncic, even though Luka had 42 points, obviously. But when you watch his possessions against Luka, you can see he made it really tough on him. And I'm not sure about the statistics, but I don't care about the statistics. The eye test showed me he defended him really well. And he had 14 points, 10 rebounds. Maybe his best game I've seen from him in terms of overall production, the stakes of the game, not the stakes of the game, but that it was actually a tight game. He helped the team to get back into the game. He even hit a 3-pointer to cut the lead down to 1 with like 3 minutes left, and it was really good showing from him. The starters won't play this bad probably ever throughout the season. It was just Kevon Looney who was playing good, and they wasted a lot of offensive rebounds from him. Those 3 offensive rebounds all should have resulted in a 3-pointer, and they missed those. A lot of wide open misses, 26% from the 3-point line. I'm seeing a lot of good positive signs from my Warriors, so I'm not that mad about the loss, especially for when the Dallas Mavericks, they're seriously desperate and needed this win to get back to 500 to feel a little better about themselves. Huge shout out to Josh Green, who was sensational. He hit those clutch threes, took my heart out, but shout out to him. Luka, 41, 12, and 12, 4 steals, 1 blocks. Just 5 turnovers. He was sensational. He had like 58 points in my fantasy. So shout out to him as I'm playing my best friend in this week's fantasy. So I can take some real positives from that. Also, Spencer Dinwiddie got ejected. That was, flagrant one. But the refs were very weird. And yeah, that's what happens in matches with, after we poked fun at the refs last time. The Mavs don't have their best... how should we say it? They're the best reputation with the refs. Also, Luka, I don't know, man. It's just rough. That third quarter was so nasty to watch. So many free throws. Yeah, that was painful. But that fourth quarter was great. So let me stop complaining, right? Let's stay positive. Even though my Warriors lost, good win for Dallas. Tim Hardaway showed up finally, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. You need that from him more often. Hopefully he builds up on it and they don't play Reggie Bullock anymore because he's god awful. And last but not least, we move to Portland, where the Blazers blew an 18-point lead against the Kawhi-less and PG-less Clippers, as they have been skimming down, same as Utah. And as I predicted in my NBA tiers, the Clippers keep fighting, keep just putting pressure on. They're 13 and 9. They've been really solid, even with limited Paul George, limited Kawhi Leonard. It's just impressive what they do. Robert Covington had a game of his life. Not of his life, but of his... I don't know how to say it. Retirement life, that's too harsh. Just, bench warmer life, as he had 15 and 4 back in Portland, which Norman Powell had 32 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He had 22 points in the fourth quarter against Portland, which, they traded him last season, so you figure out why they had those games, right? Reggie Jackson, 24 and 12, even though he shot the ball way too many times, and I'm still baffled how Ty Lue, when he's coached such a great game, allows some of those offensive possessions, especially those Reggie Jackson weird ISO threes that happen a lot down the stretch, especially, and it's really weird. But hey, it worked out today. If it's Azubac 12 and 13, but he was not good today. It was the Norman Powell, Robert Covington, Reggie Jackson show, and Marcus Morris made it tough. He was 3 of 13, but he made a tough 2-pointer to put them up 3 down the stretch. The Clippers get a huge win. They stay being just one of the most consistent teams ever, with one of the biggest upsides ever, but we'll have to wait and see if we ever get to see it. Also want to shout out, last but not least, Moussa Diabate, who got 12 minutes as a rookie, 3 points, 4 rebounds, and he played in that fourth quarter where the Clippers rallied from down 18. They started rallying in the third, but they finished the rally in the fourth quarter at the start of it, where Moussa Diabate was a huge part of that. And shout out to him and Ty Lue for sticking with him throughout that fourth quarter. Just a good win for the Clippers, and a rough loss for the Blazers, as Anthony Simons and Jeremy Grant both once again were sensational. Anthony Simons 37 points, 4 assists, he made 9 3-pointers. Jeremy Grant 32 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 12 of 24. He's been so good. He's an all-star this year so far. Shout out to him, but it was mostly those guys and no one else really contributed. Jusuf Nurkic is a solid player. He had 13, 10, and 7, but I feel like they gave him that extensions and that 4-year extension, and that was a bad idea. I feel like they would be much better off without him, and if they traded him, but maybe that's just me, and I'll make a video about it soon. And that about does it for today. Cool games, heartbreak for my Warriors, but still a lot of positive signs. Yeah, what do we have tonight? There will be a lot more games. We had the Cavs against the Sixers. The Cavs need to show me something more after that horrible loss against the Raptors. Hawks need a win against the Magic. That should be a good one. Heat Celtics could be fun. I'm pretty sure Jimmy is still not back. Nets Wizards, Bucks Knicks, Grizzlies T-Wolves. We now know Karl Anthony Towns is out for 4 to 6 weeks. Hopefully he'll come back stronger. Raptors Pelicans should be fun. Suns Bulls could be fun. Clippers Jazz on a back-to-back. Pacers Kings. That one is gonna be really good. Can't wait for Pacers Kings. That should be a really good one. Blazers Lakers. A lot of good games actually tomorrow. There's a lot of games. God damn. Can't wait to watch those and be here to report about them and talk about them. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what I should do better. Let me know what you thought about these games. Which game are you most excited about for tomorrow? And I'll see you all tomorrow.